Hi guys, welcome to Spiritual Therapy, where we do therapy on the soul. My name is Lachey and I'll be your spiritual advisor, guiding you through today's message. Remember that this is a generalized reading and you need to take what resonates and leave what does not, because it may resonate with somebody else. If you want something that's more directly pertaining to your energy specifically, all the details to get a personal reading will be listed in the description box below. I already prayed and set my intentions over each one of my decks. I'm going to re-pray and set my intention on camera so you can see where my messages are channeled from. I already read the Bible, did my little study session for y'all or whatever, and got what I needed for the Geminis. This is my little pen to point, to be precise, because I ain't got that much room in here. When I'm showing y'all the cards, I be needing y'all to see specific stuff. Okay, so God, Holy Spirit, angels. I don't know why I'm hearing demons. So it's somebody here fighting demons, because I just keep hearing the word demon since I connected to the Gemini energy. And then, like, the scripture that he led me to, too, lets me know that y'all in a current battle with a whole bunch of demons. Somebody can be saying that y'all demons, however that's going or whatever. We see where and who voice shaky like that? Like they can't make words or they gonna cry. Got it. Kingsville. So it can be y'all versus a whole bunch of kings. It's another psalm that I just read too. It was like Psalm 149, 148 or something like that. And it's a lot of distractions here. Okay, I need to get into the word. This is where he led me for y'all. Nehemiah chapter 13. Which was, you know how God tells you to go into your prayer closet and to pray yourself inside of that closet, right? And he be telling you to come sit alone. Y'all keep trying to sit alone and pray alone, but it's like when you go into that prayer closet to pray and you talking out loud to God, that people at the closet with their ear on the door, like, what the hell they're talking about? It's like, even if you praying inside of your head, spiritually, it's people who's forcefully entering into your section and like listening in on your prayers, listening to it, what it is that you're talking to God, just like studying you, like you a science project or something. But Nehemiah chapter 13 verse 1 says, on a day they read in the book of Moses in the audience of the people, and therein was found written that the Ammonite and the Moabite should not come into the congregation of God forever. Letting me know that there's two people here, or two groups of people here, who's keep trying to enter into your congregation with God, which is where you come together with the people who you trust or whatever, who's in the congregation, who going in the same direction, who want the same things for you, and they keep forcefully trying to enter into your congregation. And God said, no, y'all can't come. The Ammonites is the group of people who comfortable in a set way of being. Like, they don't see growth. If they angry all the time, I'm just angry. I don't have to change being angry. This is who I am. And you know, it's them group of people who come to God like, I need help. I don't want to be angry no more. But the Ammonites represent those people who comfortable in their dysfunction. Yeah, I do crack. So what? It is what it is. You don't want help. You don't want to stop doing crack. It's what makes you happy. By all means, do. You got free will, baby. Do whatever it is that you want to do. I just don't want to be around no crack kids. And I don't want to do crack. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I'm sorry that I had to use that as an example, but I'm just saying. And the Moabites is like incest. People who, you know, Moabites came about when they had to flee from their city because it was up under attack. And it was their daddy and the two daughters. And the two daughters had got their daddy drunk and raped him, basically, so that he can get them pregnant so that they can live on. And that's how incest entered into the world. I don't know what incest got to do with this, but it's being brought up. But yeah, that's what the Ammonites and the Moabites represent, or as far as my study goes and how deeply I studied, that's what I got from them. Ain't no telling what God will tell you about them if you was to go study on your own. Okay, that was verse 1. That the Ammonite and the Moabite should not come into the congregation of God forever. It's stated, it's written. Verse 2, because this is him explaining why they were not able to enter into the congregation no more. And it's because they met not the children of Israel with bread and with water, but hired Balaam against them that he should curse them. How bad our God turned the curse into a blessing. So they listening in on your prayers to see what it is that you want, so they can come try to disrupt the flow of what God is trying to bless you with. Oh, she said she want that. She want a new car. We finna go to that dealership and make sure she don't get approved. I don't know how they doing it, but you could be like, oh, God, I want to go to this dealership on Monday, and I want to try to get a car. And they at the door listening to your prayer. Oh, she trying to, that's the plan. Okay, now that we know her plan, let's go see how we can fuck it up. So let's go to the dealership and let's tell, oh, you bet we own the dealership down the street, and yeah, they never paid us this money and this money, so you better not get them no car. Then you go in there with the high hopes or whatever, thinking you about to get a car at this dealership, and they be like, oh, I'm sorry, we can't give you no car. We got a bad report. Where you get a bad report from? Because I never, got a car before or nothing like that. Applied for a car, but they listen to the lies of somebody else who's, I don't know, diligently, faithfully trying to interrupt your prayers and your blessings. They faithfully doing this shit. Coming into your congregation and listening to your prayers and trying to disrupt them. Anyways, verse 3 says, now it can't, they trying to disrupt them. Let me go back to verse 2. Let me backtrack just a little bit, because I forgot to include God. We got so caught up in the messiness of it all, of the determination of these people. They just don't understand. It's a good thing to see the determination in people, but the stuff that they be determined about, if you was to apply that in a different area of life, you can be fucking magnificent. I promise you can. Instead of applying this due diligence will to disrupt somebody else, so what if you put that into you eternally being happy, cross-watcher, or whoever you are who's probably listening to this as well? Why you won't put that same amount of energy into yourself so that you can be blessed? We see that the power is there. How persistent you are at disrupting somebody else's happiness. Why you can't put that same amount of energy into you actively being happy? Why is it so important to you that you make this person not happy? That you disrupt their blessings and find a way to interrupt their prayers with God? No, God, because this. What's wrong? Do you know if you took that amount of energy out of worrying about this character and put it into self, how fucking amazing you can be? Cross-watcher, how magnificent you can be if you pour that amount of energy into the right thing? Jesus. Verse 3. Now it came to pass when they had heard the law that they separated from Israel all the mixed multitude. These people are doing this. God turned the curse into a blessing. Sorry, that's what happened in chapter 2. They continuously trying to curse your blessings, but God get out the way. Beat it. But they are keep trying to cause delay. Keep trying to cause trouble. Anything that it is that you want for yourself, they just don't want you to have it. I don't know why these people are so persistent in that way, but I pray that they take that energy and they put it into something better, and they do better and to be better people. As we move into verse 3, now it came to pass when they had heard the law that they separated from Israel all the mixed multitude. The mixed multitude is all of these different, tribes and different ways of thinking and ways of doing things and ways of being that's here, right? So we got all of these mixed multitudes that's trying to enter into your congregation, that don't want the same thing for you, that's not really cleansed out in heart, don't got a clear mind or whatever. They can be feeling some type of way about you. Well, you stepped on my shoestring in 2007 and I ain't never gonna let it go. What? Nigga, I don't even know that I stepped on your shoestring. You mad about some shit in 2007? That explains more about what's wrong with that person than you, Gemini. Why are you holding on to the fact that I stepped on your shoestring in 2007 and it's 2024? Because you made me trip and embarrass me, and who knows? All of the stored up emotions that they have behind that. Like I said, everybody's emotions are justified. You are completely able to feel every emotion that it is that you have to feel. You can be angry. You can be upset. You can be whatever you want to be. But when you actively choose to act on these emotions, I'm so angry that I'm going to go over there and punch that person. Okay. So now that you decided to allow this emotion to control your will, where you actively get up and act and go hit another person, okay, did we think it out all the way through that it's going to be consequences behind whatever happens next? Did we think about, okay, I'm so angry right now that I want to punch this person. Okay, that's as far as the person brain went. They angry enough to punch you, right? So this is the next part that we need to think about, cross watcher. What's going to happen after you punch that person? Yeah, you're going to feel better. You mad about them stepping on your shoestring in 2007. What if after you punched them, they beat your ass and embarrass you in front of everybody? Just because you want to let something go from 2007. Do we think about the consequence behind that? You go punch this person and they whoop your ass. You just want another reason to hate them? You just want to feel better? If I just punch them, if I can just get them to make them feel this way, then they can just, like, why are you so persistent in making somebody else feel crazy? It's a whole bunch of stuff coming up, and I hear somebody saying, because you embarrassed me, so you want to embarrass them. This is beyond embarrassment. You trying to tear somebody's character down, curse everything that they have in this world, is what's being said right here in verse 2. You trying to hire the gods of this world against them, that he should curse them. How about our God turned the curse into a blessing? So nothing's being done out of this situation besides God getting the glory out of this person's life. You going behind doing all this stuff, probably putting so much energy, so much money for some of y'all, so much stuff, negative stuff, into tearing down this person, and God is just flipping it all. Let me show you how bad I can love a person, how I got my hands on this person, how I care about this person. You want to know how they keep getting through and you just want to see them down? It's God. We don't care about God no more. I ain't even pulled out one card yet. So Nehemiah in the second half started arguing with the people. He like, why have y'all forsaken God? Oh, it was something else I was reading. I think that was Psalms 2, right? Psalms 149 before Proverbs. Let me see if I can find it, because I wrote a note. It was Psalms 147. It was verse 17 that I had made a note on. It said, he casteth forth his ice like morsel. Who can stand before his cold? And when we referring to the word his, we're talking about God, right? And what I got from this verse in Psalm 147 verse 17 was, imagine God turning his back on you. Forget people turning their back on you. Yeah, this person broke up with me, broke my heart. It happens. I got fired from this job because I got into it with this person. It happens. Now, imagine sometimes relationships are disrupted and people go their own way because people are emotional when they do a whole bunch of stupid ass shit sometimes. Not to say it's a good or a bad thing, but people sometimes get their emotions to make them act. So it's like a child who throws tantrums or something. Some people don't know how to handle their emotions. They know how to mask their emotions, hide them and bottle them up where it's eternally in their heart and in their brain still. But they don't know how to control their emotions, how to have control over themselves. That's very hard for some people to do. So it's like a kid throwing a tantrum. Oh, I said you can't get this candy in this store. Why, Mom? And smacking the mama or whatever. Girl, scaring me. Why was she just... What is you doing? I'm preaching. No, I'm preaching on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay, she just threw me off, but great energy. Thank you. Why was that an example of me being in my car in my private section? And she just had, I got tinted windows. She had her face on the window like this. That's how I seen her. Because I can see out, but she can't see in here unless she actually walk up and put her hands on my window or whatever. But that was just an example, a physical example of how I'm in my prayer closet and how hard somebody else is listening in. I'm sorry, that was just confirmation, but still. Anyway, so yeah, Nehemiah chapter 13 and Psalm 147 for some of y'all. Okay, that's all of the notes that I had down for y'all. No songs today because I didn't listen to no songs, but I'm gonna pull a few cards for y'all, if that's okay. And the priest Eli. There's somebody named Eli on Influencer City. I don't know why that came up. Maybe somebody can relate to him. Jerusalem walls are dedicated to God. Okay, it's somebody who need to hear this because we still in the Bible and there's certain stuff that he's highlighting and allowing me to see. He said, this is chapter 12. This is like verse 27. They separated it and they titled the chapter, Jerusalem's walls are dedicated to God. So when I come into this closet and I put these boundaries up and telling y'all not to enter in here, it's because I'm really in being one with God. I'm really talking to him at his feet, pouring out my heart, in my garden. I'm in my Eden. God put a husband and a wife in their Eden. It's a whole bunch of people who walking past or just in the field just keep coming into other people's Edens when they supposed to be in their Eden. And it's okay. We can be gardeners today and restoring relationships to God. Instead of you worrying about my relationship with God, you need to remember how to get into your garden, how to open yourself up to him. And if you are in here, enter into my prayers unwantedly because God said no thank you. And I'm saying no thank you. He said don't come into the congregation of God forever. And it's because he gave you the reason why it was because. So when we leave off this because when we communicate with him, right? And we get back to our Eden, okay. Don't go into their congregation, stay in my own congregation. Okay, God, how do I do that? By talking to me. When they was in when Adam and Eve was in the garden and Eve ate from the fruit and she gave it to her husband and God started talking to Adam, right? And he was like, Adam, where art thou? And Adam ignored God for a while. He was hiding himself. The things that he felt or whatever. When the garden was first created, Adam and God was like this. He was telling him everything. Oh God, this is how I feel and this is why I feel like that. Is it okay to feel like that? Expressing his emotions to him. But then he felt as if he did something bad or somebody did something bad. Emotions got involved. He got deceived, heard something from somebody else. Whatever happened to you, put your story in how it goes in your story. In the story Adam and Eve, it was a girl that tripped him up or whatever the case is. It could be your feminine. It's a whole lot of ways that this can go because this is a spiritual book, spiritual practice. And when we're talking about spiritualism, we are talking about spirits. And men have both feminine and masculine energy within self. So it can be times where you relate to Eve in the Bible. And I myself can be relating to Adam. We are one person eternally. And to come into alignment with self, you can't hide yourself from God. So we both have feminine and masculine energy in ourselves where we feel like being light, feel like acting like a woman. And then there's times where we can be arrogant, which those emotions, basically, you feel as if they only are pertaining to men. Like they the only ones who can operate out of those emotions. But don't you got those emotions in you too? Ain't it sometimes you can be arrogant or demanding or controlling, which typically they feel like only men have these emotions, right? But no, women have them too, which is why I'm saying it's masculine and feminine energies within self. So how is it that you relate to Eve? Instead of saying, it was that woman that poisoned me. This is for another man. How is it that you relate to Eve, sir? Masculine in the flesh, but in the spirit, you can be operating as a woman. Being a crybaby, acting out on emotions. Ain't that how we see women in the world? that they are crybabies and they act out on emotions. So men never feel emotions. But back to what I was saying. God was like, Adam, where art thou? Talking to your masculine inside you. I hid myself. Why you hide yourself? Who told you was naked? Who told you not to come talk to me and be vulnerable? When I see the word nakedness in the Bible, I think about vulnerability, which is you being able to be transparent with God. Is it things that you hide from him when you talking to him in your prayer sessions? Do you be like, well, I don't want to tell you about that part when I gave that person a wet willy at that little kid the wet willy at the daycare. Okay, that's just something I just made up, to get your mind to resonate it. But yeah, so you gave a kid a wet willy but you didn't want to tell that part because you felt like it was bad. Who told you that you was good or bad? I told you to eat from the tree of life. Now you ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. You know what's bad and you know what's good. All you got to do is bring your emotions onto me, and I got you. I'm going to tell you how to handle them emotions. I'm going to tell you how to balance yourself and how to be cool. Where we go wrong at is acting out of the emotions instead of speaking on them. Drowning in those emotions, because the spit just got caught up in my throat right now. How do I get it out? Somebody need to cry. You know how there's never like one emotion that you sit in. Like, in order for you to be mad about something, you have had to be sad about something, right? But some people can choose not to be sad about it, because who wants to be sad in the feel of a heavy heart or cry or anything, right? So some people can be refusing to cry or to refuse to face these feminine emotions with themselves, and it's okay to be sad. It's okay to cry. So if you need to sit in your prayer closet and cry, God, well, let it out. Whether it's you, Gemini, or a cross watcher, whoever is here, cry. Drown yourself if you got to. I bet once you release all that shit out your heart and out your mind, you feel free. He is a burden bearer. You ever heard that saying? God is a burden bearer. He lay your burdens upon me. What is burdening you in your heart? What is sitting heavy on there that you just choosing to carry and not bring to me? Okay. Can we get a few cards for them? Or was praying? I mean, me preaching enough. I'm sorry. I did not get any of my welcoming statement out because I was just so eager to get this word out. But it's fine. Because if you don't feel like listening to God, don't listen to one, because I'm going to always mention it. It's going to be in my description box below anyway. But I'm just saying, if he calls me to preach to you at any time during this message, know that I will do so without hesitation. I'm only going to ask for 3, because we didn't preach the whole thing anyway. Just 3. I got 2. Come up out of this. Why do I feel like y'all message is for y'all? It's giving y'all some type of clarity as to why things was happening the way they was happening in your life. But it's also a cross watcher here. A Queen of Pentacles. Somebody who's supposed to be very stable. Worried about somebody coming to offer you stability in the past. But God is saying be strong. Remember, this can be a message for you or crosswatcher. This is major arcana. You've been fighting off a whole bunch of stuff and just been in warrior mode. God said it's time to let go because judgment is being called. Walk away from putting your hands into it and trying to create it on your own and continue to move forward. Don't focus on the burdens behind you no more. He is a burden bearer. Let it go. In the upright, this is you being a wounded warrior moving forward, but he's still sitting there looking back at them burdens. We in reverse, though. This is something of the past that somebody is just keep looking back on. Damn. That happened in 2007. It's 2024. About to be 25. Why is we still looking that much back? Because they just keep overthinking and overthinking and overthinking. It's okay to go within for the answers. This is Major Arcana 2, meaning it's the bigger energies in the reading, right? But stop feeling betrayed, because this came out in reverse. And it's okay to go in hermit mode, which is to go in your prayer closet, get your answers, and get out. Because if you in hermit mode too long, if you in isolation too long, or whatever the case is, that's when you start overthinking. And when you start overthinking, you're not able to make decisions as quickly. You start questioning yourself. Feel like you got to go back on every answer. You got to leave them burdens behind. Pick up your staff and walk and go and create a new world. Whatever this is in the past that you keep looking back on, you got to let it go. It's not doing nothing but keeping you stuck in a loop. Thinking about lovers. Because not only did the Lovers card come up, I seen the Two of Cups too. It's right here behind the Fool. You need to take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith in what? Why is the Lovers card here? It's somebody in the middle of y'all relationship. But God is reminding you to have patience with this. Why I say it's somebody in the middle of your relationship. Y'all see how these two people, Adam and Eve, just a little, you see how they naked and they open and they vulnerable and they sharing everything. And how it's somebody who brought these people together. Because the shine is sign, I thought that said 17. Don't that look like 1-7? That goes back to Psalm 147, 1-7, I think that was, that we listened to. Because what if God abandoned you? Sometimes relationships don't go as planned. You may have to leave your relationships that you built with a job, whatever the case is. But what if God decided to abandon you? People can get mad at certain situations the way that they happen. Well, I'm mad that this opportunity messed itself and I don't got that relationship with that person no more, and this relationship with this person no more, and I thought that this person was going to come help me or whatever the case is. But no. God said it's time to take a leap of faith. Take up your mat and walk. Leave them old burdens behind. Go out and create a new world, because God is going to gift you with new passions. All you got to do is trust him and take a leap of faith. The Fool card is Major Arcana. Trust that it's going to lead you to your complete happiness. You're going to be fruitful. Your stuff going to grow. You're going to be okay. Once you overcome these emotions, you see all the water in the background? God's enlightenment is going to come help you bring down all of these emotions you've been feeling. He making me to lie in green pastures. You get now walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff comforteth me. And he making me to lie down in green pastures. He making you come to the Garden of Eden. Adam, where art thou? Where you at? Why you hiding? What is it that you got to talk about? God is blessing a union, but it's somebody in between this union. And God is just asking you to have patience, because don't worry about all the things that's coming to interrupt you in between this union. The Strength card was out here too, which has a lion on there, right? And we know that lions are loud, that they can be scary. But if you learn to tame a lion, ain't they beautiful? And one you just want to lay there and pet it. It's a beautiful animal, a lion. You don't think so? I think so, but people define different stuff as beautiful. I like lions. But if I was to ever see a lion outside walking up the street right now, I'd be scared as fuck. But if the lion was tamed in a different setting or something, like if I went to an old Arabic person's house or whatever, and they got a pet lion, they tamed it or whatever, and they allowed me to touch it, I'll touch it. May still be a little bit fear there, but I'll still face that fear, right? So anyways, God is bringing a union together. Lovers, also Major Arcana. Two Cups, Lower Arcana. Y'all have to be open and share yourself. You see how her face is hesitant, like she don't want to give that cup. He trying to take her cup away. But I don't know if he's trying to share the cup with her. But he's walking in God's enlightenment, and she's walking on emotions. You see how that blue is covering her? And that's because whatever this is has to be tamed. That lion inside of us. What can lions represent? Legend in our now. What else? Because why do it look so scary? Oh, we got to conquer the snakes in each one of our gardens first. To make sure we're not feeling deceived, or somebody want to not feel deceived. You see how it's 2 snakes wrapped around this or whatever. But God is like, he put something in between the snakes to capture both of them at the same time. I told you, God is over this union. All you have to do is be open and vulnerable and stop covering yourself and be hesitant to share your emotions. It's okay to share emotions. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to cry. It's okay to show yourself. That's so cute. And be patient. You see this angel? Because God is working on the emotions. Do you see them 2 cups? It's here with the angel as well. We see the angel in the lover's card there. And the same angel right there. Never left. The angel is with this connection. This is God over this connection. God over this connection. God is with this connection. God got his angels protecting this connection. You just have to be open and to share yourself and to be naked and vulnerable. Is you scared to cry in front of your person or something? If I show emotions, they gonna think I'm weak and that I need them. And then what's gonna happen? Because this stuff happens if the relationship don't go as planned. If somebody don't like you living in your true authenticity when you are upset and you crying or whatever, and if you don't feel safe crying in this person's presence, then you don't need to be with them. If you need to cry, then cry. If that's your person, they're gonna hear you. They're gonna help heal you. You just gotta stop covering yourself. God is working on it. Temperance is a major arcana card as well. You just see how he's trying to balance the emotions here. People and their emotions. Jesus Christ. Okay, Gemini. We're going to get y'all a prayer card. And we're going to end this message. Because I've been out here running my mouth for 30 minutes. That's crazy. And I have a message for the Gemini. Okay. It's 4 of them. But it's fine. Let me put this back on the edge. In this commandment we have from him, whoever loves God must also love his brother. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Somebody don't love their brother. Somebody hating her. Free it. So also faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. Okay. So we can get our emotions riled up where we act on our emotions, but we can't get ourselves to act on a faith emotion. When God says to move and go do something, we can't do that. So if God's saying, come talk to me in your prayer closet, you can't do that, but you can go punch somebody in their face. Come on, we're going to be moved. We got to move by the Spirit and not our emotions. Oh, no one anything except to love each other. For the ones who loves another has fulfilled the law. All things are lawful, but not all things are helpful. Come on, God. All things are lawful, but not all things build up. If this not confirmation that it's fine, then what is it? This ain't friend. We just seen this come out of here. Masculine and feminine emotions. This is not staged. My motherfucking window is not pink or nothing. We just gotta see God when we see God. Do you see this blue? When you at a gender reveal, what does blue represent? Boys. What the fuck does pink represent? Girls. We gotta come into balance with this masculine and this feminine emotions. We gotta come into alignment into who we are. Okay, that's what I have for the Gemini. I don't know what that is, but we got to cleanse that out. 3443, angel number 3443. 3443. Angel number 3443. Thus says the Lord, thou shalt die by the sword, but thou shalt not die by the sword, but thou shalt die in peace. You should change in peace. Not by people correcting you. Not by somebody's truths hurting you. Or whatever. Somebody can be afraid of when they do show themselves and they cry, that somebody gonna use it against them. But you can't be afraid of being vulnerable, period. And if somebody does not accept you in your vulnerable state, maybe that's not the person for you. You know? You're supposed to feel safe in the presence of your person. Like you feel safe in the presence of God. So if he's telling you that he's over this relationship, you gotta trust it. And stop acting out of angriness so much and just breathe. And be okay. Okay, baby, I'm sad. Why are you sad? Because about this thing. You fake crying? No. You acting like Moses. Which is when God told him to go talk to the people or whatever, he kept worried about what can go wrong. But what if they say, who sent me? Or what if they say this and what if they say that? You keep worried about what if they. Baby, we trying to free you. It's something that's going on with you that needs to be out. Not how they gonna respond. We don't care about that. And that's what we needed. We need to be able to live in true authenticity of who we are. And not worry so much about how somebody else is gonna feel about it. That's all I got for you. Vineyard. I see the word vineyard. And I keep telling y'all it's somebody who's trying to curse it. So pray if this message is for you, for God to give you clarity and clarify everything I said in this message while this message was going on. And yeah, about the people trying to disrupt you, looking into your prayer closet, about you needing to come into alignment, about him having his hands on you, but you're just so worried about what the other people doing. None of that shit is gonna pass, is what God said in verse 2, because they met not the people of Israel with bread and with water. I'm not on the page no more because it switched pages, so I'm going off of what I remember. It was Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 2 said, because they met not the children of Israel with bread and with water, but hired Balaam against them, which is things of this world. I don't know. Some people can be on your ass. They got money. They just don't want to see you happy for whatever reasons. They got to go into their prayer closets too. Know that people messed up. They do stupid emotional stuff sometimes, and know this it's gonna get better. I've been stressed out. We gonna be alright. Tell them we gonna be alright. Alright, that's the song I'm gonna end it off. I pray that this message gave you whatever clarification that you needed. I pray that we do better and be better people. And don't forget to pray. Say live.